And I'm minutes past the top of the hour, and today marks 1 year since the death of George Floyd. From Minneapolis, where Floyd was killed, to cities across the country, people will gather for marches and other commemorations. Now, Floyd's sister, daughter, and his daughter's mother will visit the White House at President Biden's invitation. Meanwhile, there is new hope in Congress that a policing overhaul is starting to take shape amid bipartisan negotiations. Both sides seem to be divided on the issue, however, of qualified immunity. You want to pay attention to this. It's the controversial doctrine that protects officers accused of violating the Constitution while on duty. So we got to see if they get rid of that qualified immunity situation, because that'll change the game right there.
Higher regard, and some people were saying some really dope things as it relates to making sure the police officers and the unions were insured. So every time those premiums go up, it puts that pressure on them. And people are like, hey man, try to figure out better tactics than the ones you're using.
Right.
Absolutely. Let's take it to Japan, where the Japanese government Tuesday was quick to deny a U.S. warning for Americans to avoid traveling to Japan. And how it would have an impact on Olympians wanting to compete in the postponed Tokyo Games. Now, U.S. officials cited a surge in coronavirus cases in Japan caused by virus variants that may even be risks to vaccinated people. Now, they didn't ban Americans from visiting Japan, but the warnings could affect insurance rates and whether Olympic athletes and other participants decide to join the games that are set to begin July 23rd. I don't know why they just wouldn't push it back again. I know they didn't want to push it back a second time, but we still in a panorama. It is what it is.
I can't tell.
We in a panorama. Get with it.
Ignorance is bliss. And the thing is, you're bringing people from all around the world and you're putting them in these, Olympic bubbles to where, all they do is have sex during the Olympics. They be talking about they be talking about how, condom usage and sales and the whole nine just be going through the roof.
Well, at least you guys are protecting yourself some kind of way.
Yeah. Well, what's wild is most metro areas in Japan are under a state of emergency and expected to remain so through mid-June because of rising serious COVID-19 cases that are putting pressure on the country's medical care systems. So that raises concern about how the country could cope with the arrival of tens of thousands of Olympic participants if the hospitals remain stressed and little of its population is actually vaccinated. Here in America, you've got a significant amount of the population that's vaccinated.
Right.
In Japan, there's very small amounts of people are actually vaccinated. So
yeah, we need to make sure they get it together because there's still a PS5 shortage, so we got to get them good.
If you all were Olympians, would you go? Would you participate?
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. If they feel like they could protect me and I got to take COVID testing and all that, Simone Biles is making history out there, and that wouldn't have happened if she didn't go out there. She's been training for this. These people are training for this 4 years. They pushed it back 5 years.
See, depending on what sport I'm competing in, I'm going to see who else is showing up. And then, if very few people showing up, I'm going, ace everybody.
I also see y'all at LA Fitness playing basketball with no mask on. So if they're going to risk their health for that, you might as well go to Japan.
I went to the gym last night. They was doing a 20-on-20 basketball game on the court. It was yo, man, please don't.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how it is, how bad it is out here.
Well, the difference is their hospitals are overwhelmed, et cetera, et cetera. So be careful if you're traveling to Japan.
Bring your doctor.
Back here at home, parts of the country are heating up as summer is getting closer. Looks like Atlanta and Birmingham could set records today, but it could get even hotter later this week. So,
take your clothes off.
Right. Temperatures could climb to 100 degrees in parts of Georgia and the Carolinas. Last but not least, speaking of Georgia, Atlanta is in a tizzy right now in the sports world. Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Julio Jones, he got on a call with Shannon Sharp the other day, and I don't think he realized that Shannon Sharp had him on television.
Against the law?
Yeah, asking him about, are you going to stay with the Atlanta Falcons or not? Listen.
You want to go to the Cowboys, Julio, or you want to stay in Atlanta?
Oh, man, I'm out of there, man.
Ideally, where would you like to go?
Right now, I want to win.
Okay. Well, don't go to Dallas. If you go, you ain't winning in Dallas, Julio.
Come on, Dallas. Shut up, Dallas.
It's hilarious. He said, don't go to Dallas if you want to win.
I mean, let's be real. They had him photographed out with a Dallas Cowboys hoodie on, walking with the daggone, what was it, the coach or the owner? I think he's leaving, guys.
Writings on the wall.
Yeah. And I think it's hard for Atlanta just because Julio Jones has spent his entire career with the Falcons as being drafted 6th overall back in 2011. win. So
you got to grow sometimes. Spread your wings.
Sometimes it's time to move on. When it's time, it's time. You'll know. I'm Angie Ange. That's your trending topics. Follow me at GoAngie, all one word on the gram, at Morning Hustle Show.